Okay, here we are on day 2 of COMPUTEX 2009. You're watching Hexus TV, and I'm talking to Alex May, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of OCZ. Hi, Alex.
It's great to see you.
Okay, so we're going to find out a little bit more about OCZ. Can you just firstly tell me how long you've been at OCZ?
Sure, I've been here at OCZ for 5 years now.
A little difference in pronunciation there. I'm going Z and you're saying Z.
Yeah, we get that a lot, both in the UK and Canada.
Okay, well, okay. So you've been there 5 years.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of OCZ, how it's evolved while you've been there?
Sure. The company, as most of our customers know it, actually started in the year 2000. It was founded by Ryan Peterson as an enthusiast company. And the first products that he actually introduced were actually not memory, which we're most well known for.
Okay.
It was actually video cards and coolers. He was actually milling down coolers in a garage. Okay. Copper coolers for overclocking.
Okay, and he was just sort of making the video cards himself from sort of reference
overclocking, tuning, overvolting. That was really his thing.
Okay,
and that's where the name OCZ actually came from. We actually get that question a lot. What does OCZ stand for? It stands for overclockers. Yeah.
Overclockers.
Yeah. So it's like overclockers do things that are just a little bit different, and that's where it came from. Yeah.
Okay, and but you guys don't do graphics cards or coolers now, is that correct?
We've had a stint with graphic cards often and again regarding binning graphic cards and things like that, but we want to add more value, so we may jump in the game later down the road, but only if we have a very exciting cooling solution that we can add to it. Unless we can really add value, we won't jump into the category.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of people there already.
There are. It's a crowded market.
Yeah. And talking about crowded market, you're in a relatively crowded one right now,
Sure.
Memory and SSDs and that sort of thing. Can you just give me some idea how OCZ goes about differentiating itself in that market?
Sure. I mean, we're really kind of a pioneer in terms of overclocking memory. We were the first one to make dual channel kits available, but more recently we've kind of become much more specialized. Most of our competitors, they have 2 lines of memory. They have high performance and they have value. We have 12 lines of high-performance memory alone. Okay,
of different sort of grades?
Different types of grades. We believe there's different types of enthusiasts, different types of overclockers, different types of gamers.
And there's demand for each of those sort of grades?
Absolutely. We've actually found that some of the most niche products we've ever introduced, a good example is our Flex 2 modules right here. I mean, this is not Me Too memory. We call it the Flex because it allows flexible air or water cooling. You have the choice. When we introduced this, it was really because some of the guys on the forums are saying, hey, I would like memory that's specially binned and packaged in a heat spreader that I can water cool out of the box.
Right.
And now it's become one of our top sellers. Who would have known?
No, I've got to admit that I don't often sort of lay awake at night thinking, how am I going to water cool my memory?
But those are our customers, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fine. And you, like a lot of companies in your space, have sort of diversified a fair bit, a big part of that being SSDs. There's obviously a sort of a degree of sort of synergy if you're a memory maker to move into SSDs. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you differentiate yourself in the SSD space?
Sure. The same thing, we have that same philosophy that we have towards memory. We believe that there needs to be a complete spectrum of products for different categories, different applications. So unlike our other competitors, we have multiple lines of SSD drives. We have everything from...
A lot of these guys here.
Yeah, these are just examples here. And we offer everything from a value SSD drive. All of our SSD drives use premium flash, but they use different types of controllers. We also bin the flash to make sure that we offer the highest performance. Like our memory products, they're also hand tested as well. So we have everything from MLC-based drives to SLC-based drives. And here at the show, we're
Mac Edition there.
Mac Edition as well. That's actually validated in Mac's own labs, or Apple's own labs. And here at the show, we're actually debuting the...
Got a beast there.
This monster.
It's called the Colossus, yeah?
It's called the Colossus, yeah.
Okay.
Nicknamed the Colossus. I don't know what the final name will be, but...
Okay, well, obviously, it's as SSDs go, a pretty big one.
It is.
Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Yeah, you really hit it right on the nail. It's a big drive, both in terms of form factor, because of the 3.5-inch drive versus our standard 2.5-inch drives, but also it's very big in capacity as well. It's a 1 terabyte drive.
1 terabyte, okay. So, I mean, I know we've been able to get there with HDDs for quite a while. Is this the first 1 terabyte SSD?
It is, and actually it's a unique solution too because it's not just big, but it's also faster and more powerful. And what we've actually done is we actually included multiple controllers hooking into a backplane board, so it's actually running internal RAID as well. Right.
Okay. Who would buy this?
Basically any gamer who's really interested in speeding up the performance of his system, but also it's a good bridge into an enterprise solution as well. Most of our drives are 2.5-inch, which makes them great for mobile, but if you're a desktop user, if you want to plug one of these in, you kind of have to use a bracket.
Okay.
So one of these guys, you can actually just slide right into your normal bay,
Right.
or the enterprise guys can actually slide that into their servers.
Yeah, well, I've heard the energy savings for big server farms from SSDs are quite significant.
Yes, absolutely. So they're not only more reliable, they're faster. You know, unlike normal hard drives that fail after a certain amount of time, if an SSD has a problem, it's either going to fail right at the beginning or at the very end of its lifespan. So they're very, very reliable.
Okay, and what would that cost me?
Well, this guy is going to be expensive just because of the cost of flash.
Do we have a price yet?
We expect this. I mean, flash prices change all the time, but we expect this to be just right under 3K.
$3K dollars.
3,000 US dollars.
Okay,
yeah.
and is can we buy that now?
It's going to be available in about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Okay, so that covers OCZ past and present. Is there anything you can tell us about what we can expect from OCZ in the future?
I think just more focus on our core offerings. There's definitely going to be more overclocking product coming out the door. I think memory's kind of taken something on the side because of all the new exciting stuff that's happened on the SSD drives. But we do have some new exciting heat spreaders coming out. DDR3 is becoming more affordable for people, so we do have some very exciting products coming down the pipe. Expect a lot of SSD offerings. SSD is a big ticket item for us just because there's so much demand and the technology is moving so fast that not only can we make it faster, but we can make it more affordable for customers as well.
Okay, that's great. And just before we finish, are there any last words that you'd like to share with the Hexus readers about OCZ?
No, I think Hexus is a great site. I really appreciate it. I think one of the things that makes us different than other companies is we really listen to our consumers. And I think the guys on Hexus they're very, very tech savvy, and we like to hear feedback. We go on the forums all the time.
Well, you'll certainly get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good or bad, we want to hear it, and we hope we can make a better product for customers.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. So that was Alex May, who's the Senior Marketing Officer for OCZ. This is Hexus TV at COMPUTEX 2009.